It does work. It still does work. It's kind of sticky. It's kind of sticky. That's from from Olivia chewing on this since she was a baby, straight to the mouth. Right. I still haven't gotten it cleaned out. Um, I guess I'll watch a 3D movie. There's not much on anymore nowadays. I've tried to watch a few movies like Megan or The Flash, and it's like, God, the fucking writing is so bad. I mean, geez, the entertainment has just gone down this shitter. You know what I mean? They'll basically fucking produce anything they think they can make a dollar on. So if I'm gonna watch a 3D movie on my AWOL vision projector, I'm gonna have to go through procedures because there's things you can and cannot do. There are things you can and cannot do. If you turn it off when you're in 3D, then it's going to freeze. Or if you try to set it to frame packing from off, it will do this weird line thing across the bottom. I already did a video on that. Just this weird fucking shit that it does. And you know, AWOL Vision would look at this as negative advertising. And I can tell you, who do you want to believe? Do you want some guy who has got 9 projectors lined up for free and he's telling you which one is the best? Well, no, he never says which one is the best. He's always comparatively speaking. Why? Because he got shit for fucking free. And if you're like the number 7 projector out of 9 reviewed and your price range is right, they know that they're going to be able to sell projectors on it because it's fucking advertising. I looked at all those projectors, some that were more money than the AWOL Vision. Okay, I have the 3500 on a 120 screen, so it's a little bit brighter than it would be on a 150 screen. Okay, but I put up with all the headaches and the hassles because I know what people want out of their fucking projector, and it's not the technical shit, the little glitches in the fucking fucked up software that people are going to worry about, because you can update software. Okay, you cannot update a fucking spinning color wheel, or you know what I mean? Or people are saying, "Oh yeah, it produces this many nits. This is the brightness you're going to get," and then you test it, and it's 70% of that. That's what I saw. I literally had a fucking light meter down at Chico looking at them projected, and that was 2 years ago. I was on the search for a long time for the projector I wanted. AWOL Vision was down on the list like number 4 until they got 3D. They still haven't got it worked out because there's too many fucking glitches, okay? It has nothing to do with my projector or any of that, all right? Believe me, if you get an AWOL Vision, the picture that you watch, when you do get the 3D working, when your satellite is functioning without weird little things going on the screen, when you are watching a 3D movie and it's working fine, it's nothing short of fucking amazing. Same thing with gaming, okay? I literally took my PlayStation and plugged it into 3 projectors that were more expensive than this AWOL Vision 3500. This one's like $5,500, between 48 and 55, depending on if you get it on sale and buy a screen or whatever too, okay? But that's less than you're going to pay for a TV that's 150 inches. Again, I'm only using 120 of the 3500's potential. But the colors, I literally show people when they come over, I do fucking YouTube, and I go to the Dolby Vision videos and I show them the colors this thing can produce and how flawless the transitions are in a sky where I had a $6,000 TV and I still saw separations in the sky from the horizon to the darkest part of the sky. This is an 8K video. You could still see the separations of the blue because it didn't have enough colors of blue to make that transition from horizon to the sky. There was always those little tiny lines. Even if they were hard to see, none of that. Because you have a billion fucking colors instead of 10 million. It does make a difference. gaming. So when they did their turbo thing and their low lag, when I'm playing Gran Turismo with my wheel, I can tell when I shift exactly what the delay is. Exactly. Not close, exactly. I've been playing Gran Turismo with my magnetic shifters on my Fanatic system for so long that I had a 22-foot cord hooked up through a switch at one point, and I would shift that long, like a full second of delay. Shorter chords, still through a switch, still funky. Noticeable lag where it was affecting my mental driving. Now the steering wasn't so affected, okay? Because within a half a lap I had my timing down with it. But then you put it in turbo and you put it in low lag mode and you don't run it through a switch and you run it right into the one at HDMI ports with a 6-foot cord, and it is spontaneous. It is as fast as my PlayStation. If I just run my PlayStation to the TV with, you know, a 2-foot cord into port number 1, you know what I mean? It's as fast as any TV that I've used. I have a system right there that's identical. PlayStation, same game, same kind of racing rig, you know what I mean? And you can go from unit to unit and you can't tell. So that was incredibly important to me because half the time this thing's on, I'm gaming. I'm not doing TV. And then it's 3D. Or it's watching a Formula One race where the colors of the car actually, it's weird. It's almost like a step up in detail, because as the cars are traversing the corners and the cameras are watching, you can literally pick out the different colors more distinctly. I don't know any other way to put it. It's just the colors were so much more present on the vehicles that I'm enjoying watching Formula One because it looks so damn good. Now, see, that's an honest review. Yeah, it's got fucking problems. I think almost everything can be overcome except for the audio. They have to fix the digital audio out. Needs more power. Now, put a little preamp in there, whatever you want to do. I have a headphone amp that I use that I can take that same signal that I can barely hear the actors. I've got my amp turned to 9, which is shit rocking off the ceiling if I'm listening to music, okay? And I can barely hear what's going on when I'm either watching a movie through my a Roku or my Blu-ray player. Can barely hear there's no audio. I don't know why. I don't know if it has to do with the Dolby Vision or whatever, but I never had a problem with Samsung. Exactly one of these TVs, but a 75-inch instead of a 65, and it all worked on digital optical. I had Dolby Digital. Everything worked fine. Ran all 11 speakers. I didn't have any problems at all. And that was a 2016 TV. So, yeah, they need to fix that, but other than that, there's just not any other one I would buy, because the delay on some of the other ones was so bad that it would be unplayable as playing like Call of Duty or Borderlands or something. It just wouldn't be enjoyable because there would be such a lag there that you're having to anticipate, and it's unplayable, unusable for me. Now, if half the time I'm using my unit is going to be gaming, I had to have one that had a minimum amount of lag, yet still looked beautiful. And that is the honest to God truth, man. If you're a gamer, if you want a sim race, forget the fucking triple screen setup, okay? Listen, you set up a triple screen with a computer that'll run, something decent, you know what I mean? And if you take that money instead and buy a 120-inch floor rising screen with an AWOL Vision 3500 on a 120-inch screen, I'll guarantee you'll never go back to 3 screens again. You can simply slide your rig over and then I'm sitting in the middle of my screen. I do my racing, and then I slide, because it's on sliders on a hardwood floor. I just slide my rig back over here out of the way, and now I can watch 3D movies or use it for regular entertainment, but I never see the edge. When your face is literally 5 feet from a 120-inch screen, you're not looking at the edges like this. I never could see the reason for having a triple screen with the 45s or it's 36, whatever it is, degree angle they have on each side, right? To give you where you can look over to your A pillar and your B pillars, you know what I mean? There's nothing between the A and a B pillar over here that I want to see. I know where that guy's at. If your audio's working good and I'm watching my mirror, I see him coming up and now I don't see him anymore. I know he's there. I'm not going to spend money to know he's there. When I can hear he's there and I know he's there, and even the radar, if you want to use that, says he's there, I don't need that other 65-inch screen. I've seen the triple 65-inch screen rig, and it does look fucking amazing, okay? But it's nowhere near the enjoyment you can, because he doesn't watch 3D movies on that rig, and he doesn't watch football, Super Bowl on that rig. And I can tell you right now, people come over and they're literally fucking blown away on my sim rig on this TV. And see, I had people that were going to buy these already. I had 10 of them sold minimum. And then all the problems started cropping up with the 3D and the audio sucking, and they went, I think we'll wait till next year. I'm the early adopter in the crowd. But they will come around. They will come around. They will buy this unit, because when they come over and they're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome, man. But they don't like the other issues and problems. The company, you see, I had a bet with one of the guys there for a remote control, because he said that the first unit I got, which was a total fucking wreck, was all operator error. And I sent him videos of, I'm watching satellite TV, and here it looks like literal fucking racetracks. 3 racetracks, one in the middle, one on the right, one on the left. Glowing green racetracks. I did videos. I showed people, okay? And it's your HDMI this, and HDMI 2.0, 1.4. And I'm thinking, fuck, you guys, listen. What you're telling me, the simplicity of your directions, I have it. Okay, I know how to work a fucking TV. I know how to work your remote controls. Not that complicated, right? I'm seeing artifacts. So they replaced it instantly. They got it here over fucking night, and I couldn't be happier with customer service. That's point number 2. So what do you want? The truth? Or you want some glamour guy fucking who makes money shilling other people's products? What, do you think he owns 9 projectors of different varying models? Come on. He sells himself to these companies. He calls them up and says, look, I'll do an honest review, but nothing's going to be negative. He probably even has a contract that he signs with them. It's his business. Mine is making sure that I don't recommend a single fucking thing, man, that you're going to regret. You're going to know every fault. So when it happens to you, you're not going to go, oh yeah, motherfucker, you rated this as the highest projector on the market, which I've seen numerous people do. The trouble is they don't tell you all the little shit that you're going to have to fucking deal with. And for me, that's a little slimy. So for all the guys at AWOL Vision that don't like me doing these kind of fucking videos, telling people and showing people the truth, listen, the truth is what it is, and you must bend to its will, okay, or live a lie. Musashi was a wise man. He understood people. People want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear some sugar-coated fucking version. When they get home, they put on their 3D glasses and they're like, what the fuck? This 3D looks like shit. Well, nobody tells him in the manual that, well, sometimes the projector can randomly switch phase on glasses, and your right eye and left eye will be crossed up on where it's turning the lenses on and off. It's active shutter. And for some reason, I've had people sit here and watch 3D for 15 minutes and they go, man, this kind of hurts my eyes. They're seeing artifacts and shit. And I said, oh, crap. I said, reach up here and click your glasses one time. And all of a sudden I hear, oh, there it is. Now, how many people have purchased an AWOL Vision 3500? They got home, they're watching 3D, and they're like, fuck, this sucks. And they don't even go back. They don't even understand that their glasses, although showing them a 3D picture, it looks 3D, but it's a little disturbing. You can't quite figure out what the fuck it is. It just doesn't quite look right. That's what it is. Your fucking glasses are out of phase. Now, when I tried to tell them about that, they didn't want to hear that. So you see, that's the truth. But there's nothing wrong. Your glasses, almost all glasses will switch, and then you can go into the menus and switch it back. Okay, you can manually go into the settings, okay? And there's a setting for doing that and making it the polarity change, but the problem is the projector does it on its own. Especially if you change if you're going to change a movie out and put a second movie in, or disc number 2, when you close it and then it comes back on, it's in top and bottom. It's no longer in frame packing. And if you go to the settings and you look, it says you're in frame packing, but it's not in frame packing. And people would be like, well, what the fuck is going on? And if you turn it off, you can have all kinds of weird shit happening. Split screen going blank, system locking up, okay? The proper thing to do is to go all the way to the right in the menu to frame continuous. You turn that on, and you have a top and bottom view, and you go back to frame packing, and you turn that on, and it works perfect. There's a procedure you have to follow. That's all. But it is a flaw in the system. And if people don't understand it's a flaw in the system, they're going to feel like, what the fuck? This doesn't work. I know they're explaining it to people all the time. I know they must constantly have people calling customer service talking about the 3D thing. So, you see, this is the truth. This is information you can use. If I'm going to recommend a product, I'm going to tell you the absolute 100% truth about that product. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or gloss over it, okay? But I can tell you that the fucking picture is staggeringly good. Staggeringly good. The fucking colors will just mesmerize you. You can go to the Dolby Vision channels in 8K and just watch random shit that they flash on the screen because it looks so damn beautiful. They have a black background with a white cat. And you can see every individual white hair sticking off of this cat on a perfectly black background. And your mind is telling you, how the hell do they get my gray screen to look that black? How the hell do they get that kind of black on a gray screen? See, my screen is gray. How the hell do they do that? Really? And there's no blooming, okay? Normally, what I saw with a couple of the other projectors, the blooming was one of the main problems I didn't like, was that when there was something really white or bright, there would be this halo around it. It's called blooming. None of that. None of that. That's what you get with lasers, okay? So, my only concern, I mean, I can live with every problem the box has, I can live with it. And I figured out which, you have to use a very expensive HDMI switch, but there's certain items that you can hook it up to that you can live with, like your Roku and your satellite dish. You don't get the voice, the sync off, where, you know, when the voice isn't syncing with the lips moving, it's hard to watch. Yeah, just amazing. And the gaming, just amazing. Gran Turismo with my rig on here. I've never seen the edge of the TV with my 75-inch, let alone 120-inch. You never see the edge, and it's so much better because you're not stuck in this cockpit, basically in a hole, surrounded by very expensive 65-inch monitors running a computer. So, you know, this is something I'll recommend. Everyone knows I don't do this. I tell people what not to buy. That's what we do. My whole group, that's what we do. Consumer fucking protection. Those people that want your grandma to call because you're going to get free rides to the hospital, delivered meals, massages, rides to the hospital with a friend, You know, it's these people are dirt bags. They just want to. They're just trying to grind every piece of information they can out of your grandma. You know what I mean? And get her to sign up for something that she can't use, and she finds out she doesn't have doctors in the area, and it turns into a fucking nightmare. So some guy can have a big boat. We don't like those people. They don't like us, and that's fair. So I don't sell things. Everyone knows that. There's so few things that I ever recommend. Fucking AWOL Vision with all of their issues and problems. Man, I can't get used to the picture. It's just so damn amazing. Everyone who sees it is blown away. They're all extremely jealous. And I'm like, well, don't spend $3,500 on your next 75-inch 3D TV if you can find one. Find me a 75-inch 3D 4K television on the market right now. It's going to cost as much or more than the projector. See? For a smaller TV. Projectors are the future. As far as I'm concerned, TVs now, I mean, they're inconvenient. They're hard to move. If I need to service my TV that's 120 inches, I simply put it in a box that I got from the factory, and I send it in, and they repair it and send it back to me in the same box. You can't do that with a 75-inch TV. I know you can't. They had to have a repairman come from Fort Ross on the coast. He had to come all the way from there to my house as the only official Samsung repairman in the area to work on my 3D TV. So yeah, customer service, picture, no lag, staggeringly fucking beautiful colors, man. You will not regret it if you buy an AWOL Vision projector. You can live with the 3D thing. There's a system that maybe I'll do a video showing, look, this is what you do so you don't end up with problems. You know what I mean? I'm really worried that there are AWOL Vision customers out there, okay, who have a lot of money but not a lot of brains, and they're wondering why the 3D looks so bad. They finally get it in frame packing, but their glasses are not synced. They're out of phase. And they're seeing 3D. It's obviously 3D. It is a 3D picture, but there's these weird little artifacts, like something doesn't quite look right, like you're on drugs or something. It's kind of weird. It's hard to explain unless you see it. How many of those people went, fuck it, and then just didn't go back? You know what I mean? Because they don't explain, they don't say the projector's gonna just randomly fucking swap phase on your 3D glasses. Or I'll also, like during it, there'll be a cutscene either on my satellite dish or my Roku, just a cutscene going from this scene to that scene, blink, and the resolution that is currently playing will flash up in the upper left-hand side without me asking it to do so. No reason why in between a random scene that it should be popping up there. Okay, that's software. I think they'll address all these issues. Maybe they need some more help, but see, it's challenging. They are in a competitive market. They are in a competitive market, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, the way to sell something is tell people the truth so that they're not shocked and surprised. I told them, look, man, the owner's manual is shit. The owner's manual is shit, okay? How you manage your data, you plug a USB device into it, you have to go into this operating system that sucks. I'm sorry, there are issues and problems with it, okay? But the picture, that is never ever going to be one of the problems.